Recording.
What's up, everybody? Guy Redbeard here. Gonna go see my grandparents. You figure out watching my videos. That's some of my favorite people in the world. I'm fortunate enough to still have them in my life, so I try to go see them. Figure since I'm going to see them, to not only get in a ride on this absolutely gorgeous day. I don't know what the temperature is, but I can tell you this. There is no wind. It is gorgeous. So, I've been watching, YouTube like everybody else has been doing on this whole lockdown thing. And I got called out by Homebeez. Thanks a lot, y'all. Really like y'all's stuff. But what they said, and they called me out on to do, is some questions, and I'm going to probably butcher this because, I'm not a very well put together person, and I didn't take good enough notes. All I did was, I was smart enough to write the questions down so I could answer them while I'm kind of en route of my grandparents. I think it was Outlaw Harley Davidson or Outlaw something another. They're the ones who did this. It's 7 questions. Well, anyways, so I figured why not? Give me something good to talk about. First question is, what inspired you to buy your first motorcycle? And I can't say it's a what that inspired me, it's a more of a who, and that would be my grandpa. I'm going to put a picture in the video so you'll see it. Actually, I'm going to put up a couple of pictures of him on his old school stuff. He's the one who inspired me to want to get on a motorcycle. He's the one who taught me everything I knew up until I started taking classes and learning and trying to be a better all-around rider. So yeah, it's not a what inspired me, it's a who, and it's definitely my grandpa. He always had bikes, took me on my first ride. It was on a Honda Gold Wing. I was 5 years old. And my grandpa always said, the Gold Wing was a great motorcycle, just didn't sound right. He loved his Harleys, But then again, now that you've seen those pictures, you can kind of understand why he likes those Harleys. I mean, he even had an Indian too. But a big deal with me wanting a bike was always just that freedom that the bike gives you. Honestly, I've been searching for this freedom most of my life. It makes me a happier person. It allows me to get out and kind of just clear my head. Because let's face it, when you're on the back of a bike, you're paying attention to a lot more things than you do when you're in a car. Case in point, this morning I had to go get my truck. I had the rear windshield replaced, the rear window glass, because a couple years ago I was loading some pallets into my truck so I could do some woodworking projects, which I only did like some of those projects because, heaven forbid I actually finish everything, because I gotta keep starting 900 other projects. But the point is, I was going to put a pallet in the back of my truck, and I tripped and almost hit my buddy's truck. Well, I'll be danged if I was going to hurt his truck. So I kind of flicked the pallet out of my hand, and it smashed right into the back glass of my truck. So really, for the last 2 years, I've been really lazy about getting it fixed. So I got her fixed. So I picked it up this morning. Well, honestly, for the last month or so, I have been on my bike or in my wife's car everywhere I've gone. I think I've taken my truck like twice, and it was just to go dump trash. I live out in the boonies, so I can't say I pay for trash service. Anyway, so yeah, that's question number 1. Question number 2 says, what type of riding do you prefer? Group, solo, twisty, or straight? I say, well, for me, all of the above. I mean, I just like riding motorcycles. You know, motorcycles are fun. But, like, right now, I'm riding solo. In some ways, it's one of my preferred ways of travel. Because when you're out by yourself, you don't have to watch for nobody else. You don't have to worry about nobody else. You don't have to worry about your group getting separated. You know, things of that nature. And I'll tell you right now, I'm sorry if there's a lot of wind noise. My helmet's an ADB helmet. So it's got a really big opening so I can see good, because I wear glasses and I've already got seeing problems. Don't need to make it worse, right? So I'm not getting any fancy showy or anything like that with a chin skirt. I like the air. I like this helmet. So anyways, I like both, group riding and solo. Group riding's fun. You get your friends together, you go out, even if you have no destination in mind. It's just something about it, you know. And I think it's just because of the fact when you're in a group, you're not a, you know, lonely bike rider out on the road. You know, mass and numbers shows up. People see you more. So I guess that's one thing. Twisty or straight? I mean, if you ride a motorcycle and don't like twisties, why are you riding a motorcycle? I personally love both. Like right now, I'm on a highway, just going straight, because, well, that's what happens when you're on a highway. You just go straight. Ugh, I got bugs all over everything. I got to clean it off.
Oh, look at that. That's
cute. Anyways, so I'm going to say all the above. Group riding, solo, twisty, straight. To me, the road you're on, it's just the adventure getting to wherever you're going, even if you have no set destination. So yeah. Number 3 says, what is your favorite trip to take? Day, weekend, or longer? Well, to be honest with you, all I've ever done is day trips, because, I mean, I've only been technically riding this motorcycle since I bought it at the end of July, early August last year, something like that. I don't remember. I'd have to go find the paperwork. So yeah, I mean, my goal is to get to where I'm on this bike all of the time. I mean it, all the time. I'm gonna be commuting to work on it. I'm gonna be, you know, oh, we're going somewhere, I want to take the bike. That's kind of my whole goal. I prefer the motorcycle over the cage. I just really do. Oh, I love the way those mufflers sound. And anybody who says a Harley is not fast is just plain crazy. My 107 is more than enough motorcycle than I've ever needed. Ever needed. Alright, so number 4 says, what is your favorite destination? Right now, my favorite destination is going to see my grandparents. The reason for that is the look on their face when I come rolling in, especially my grandpa, and he gets to come over and twist the throttle. That makes his whole day. Makes his whole day. Makes my whole day too. Seeing that joy on his face. One of these days I'm gonna put my 2-up seat and go pick him up and just go for a ride with him. I kind of wish I had a trike to do that on, because I'll be honest, that's one thing I've never done other than like the little Honda Trail 70 that I learned to ride on, was ride 2-up. Now, I did it on bicycles as a kid. We always had to I had pegs on every bike I had. Some points, there was 3 of us on the same bike. One sitting on the front, basically sitting on the handlebars, which I'll tell you isn't conducive for steering of any kind. And then there'd always be me sitting on the seat and somebody on the back peg. Oh, looky, another motorcycle. Hey! Love motorcycles. Well, anyways, so right now that's my favorite destination. I love going to see my grandparents. Number 5 says, what is the biggest lesson motorcycling has taught you? Honestly, that's easy. And for me, it taught me to respect my ride. Respect all parts of it. You know, the day I bought this, I was like, I can ride. I don't care that it's been 12 years since I've been on a motorcycle. I had forgotten so much stuff in that 12-year span of time. I wrecked my bike. The dang right I did. I wrecked my bike. It was scary. Hell, my wife threatened to make me sell it just because I wrecked the bike. And, well, that was not fun. Fortunately for me, my wreck happened at about 15 miles an hour. I was trying to make a right-hand turn on a road that they had just got done resurfacing. So there was a lot of fine gravel at the intersection. I was like, oh, I got this, and I turned and I leaned too much. Basically, it was like all rookie mistakes because I had forgotten everything I had done in life. So, what are you doing here? Are you gonna go straight? Of course you're gonna go straight. I'm gonna have to speed up so I can get in front of you because I don't want to be behind you. Well, anyways, so yeah, trying to make that corner. I leaned too much, freaked out. Overcorrected. By the time I got her back up straight, I was already almost in the other lane, and I run into a truck trying to turn the opposite direction. So, long story short, Redbeard landed in the ditch. Bent up my crash bar, because you'll notice that's not a stock crash bar. It originally bent this, but I was able to fix the bracket, you know, good old bench vise, and it bent my auxiliary light, and it bent my fender. So it was all cosmetic stuff, luckily for me, and I got her fixed quick. Matter of fact, I priced out, you know, fenders because I had to, you know, unfortunately claim it on my damn insurance. That sucked. Big ones. And that was the first claim I've ever claimed on any insurance, but my motorcycle means more to me than any vehicle I've ever owned. Basically, long story short, I was looking at it, and originally I was going to just de-chrome this bike. I was going to black her out, but I started to fall in love with my chrome. Partly because, you know, my grandpa loves this bike so much. And the reason he loves this bike so much is it is the perfect homage to what he had. You know, the Road King is basically in that family of bikes from hence when he started. So yeah, that's that. Let's see. Man, I got bug guts. I gotta clean this when I get to Grandma and Grandpa's. do I have any words of wisdom to new riders? And, you know, everybody's gonna say, wear the gear, all of it. I mean, wear what you can afford at first. Let's be real. Let's be logical. But the only thing I would absolutely say is a must-do for new riders is take the MSF course. And I say it simply because I've seen people who have been riding for 40, 50 years learn things that they were like, oh, I ain't gonna learn nothing taking this class. And they come out of that glad they took the class. When I took my class, I mean, if you've watched my videos, you've seen my experience. I watched people who've never ridden ride by the end of the class riding as good or better than some who had been riding for longer, much longer periods of time. So, I mean, honestly, I'm going to say education is the most important thing I can pass on to you. The more you know, the better off you are. You know, like, I know I need good gear. I do. I know I need this. Do I wear all of the gear all of the time? I don't have on riding boots. They're boots. Okay? They cover my ankles. They go up high. They've got insoles in them. They're comfortable. All right? I can feel my shifter. To me, that's what's important. I've been in riding boots where you can't feel nothing. Why? You need to feel things. So then if you add in, like, these aren't any special kind of jeans. They're Wranglers. Okay? Matter of fact, these even got a hole in them because I ripped them. I don't even know how I ripped them, but I did. I ripped them. I don't have on any kind of Kevlar jacket or armored jacket or anything of that nature. I have on, right now, my very favorite, and I'll throw a picture of it right here. My very favorite shirt. Somebody gave it to me that I work with as a Secret Santa present. I've got a lot of Harley shirts that I've spent big money on, and I prefer to wear this homemade Harley shirt more than any of them that I've bought. And that's not to say that my Harley shirts that I have aren't comfortable, okay? That's just to say, oh, look at all the cottonwood. It's snowing in, what is this, May? Ha, it's May. So anyway, what was I saying? Scatterbrained much, you think? Well, anyways, I love this shirt, but I always wear long sleeves and I always have gloves on, you know. Do I buy fancy schmancy riding gloves? No. Here's why. Do you see these? Oh, let's turn. Pay attention to what you're doing there. These are not fancy schmancy riding gloves. They look like it. They got knuckle protection, really good protection on the hands. These are Walmart cheapies that are like meant to be mechanics knockoffs. I think I paid $15 for them. Now, the reason I'm saying I'm wearing these is I used to work for a Harley dealership. The very first video I posted on this page was me thinking I was going to do all kinds of great things while working at the dealership, but turns out I'm not a great salesman. Anyways, so I didn't do good at selling stuff, and yeah, but I bought a lot of shirts while I was working there, and that's for sure. So yeah, back to my words of wisdom. Wear your gear. I compared these two gloves you can get at Harley, and they're pretty much the same. Maybe not the exact same material or same this or that, but for the most part, these will work. And Homebeez, if you're watching, notice what brand it is. Same brand your son was wearing when he got into his little spill. After I seen that, I was like, well, I'm good wearing them gloves because they protected him pretty dang good. So yeah. Oh man, tractor gonna slow me down. All right. And last but not least, besides my words of wisdom, like I said, educate yourself, kids, or anybody. I don't care if you're 80 and deciding all of a sudden you want to ride a bike. Go for it. Oh no. So number 7 is, do you have any planned destination rides? I don't have anything planned, but I definitely have destination rides. If any of you watch Adam Sandoval at all, I want to go down to his K-River campground so bad, spend a weekend just chilling with all my homies who like to ride. Honestly, one of my goals, it isn't a destination, or as far as more of one of my goals with this channel, is to kind of just showcase what Oklahoma has. You can go in any direction and find something different in this state. I'm not joking. We have mesas, we have plateaus, we have desert. We actually have a park here called Little Sahara. Some of you might know about it. Some of you may not. So that's a really cool place. Me and my wife got married up by Little Sahara in this mountain range called the Gloss Mountains. Now what's cool about these Gloss Mountains is they have quartz in them. So when the sun hits them just right, guess what? They sparkle. Now, here we were thinking we're going to be smart and having our wedding in these sparkly pretty mountains and in this valley and whatnot, and it is like a monsoon the day I got married. So the next day, the day after the wedding, absolutely the prettiest day ever. Go figure. Well, so that's that's my 7 things. Like I said, I don't have planned destinations set, but I have places I want to go. Hopefully one day I get my wife into riding and we can just ride together. And I don't mean like on the back of the bike. I would love very much for her to have her own bike. Even if it's a trike. I'd be tickled pink. Tickled pink. All right. Well, so I gotta call some people out, right? Let's see. I'm gonna call out some people I do watch on a regular basis, and hopefully you guys will do some videos that are similar. But I'm gonna call out Tony Cox. I think you got a great channel, bud. I really enjoy it. I'm gonna call out Wet Banana Mike. Because again, I think he's a great channel. And lastly, I'm gonna call out D-Cycle. That's right, all 3 of them I like are part of the 5 Dirty Bikers. If you haven't listened to them, you really need to. They are a phenomenal group of people, and their podcast is just great. Even if you're not even into motorcycles, it's just a great podcast. So that's my whole thing. I probably won't even edit this video much other than add in some things, because honestly, I'm still learning my software. If you watch this video and you made it this far, do me a favor. Comment down in the description, or put a comment down in the below area and tell me. Because, you know, some people have really quirky, cool ways of answering or saying hello, you know. Help me figure this out. What should I call you viewers? You know, what should I do? I like to be somewhat original, but let's be honest, it's really hard to be 100% original in this world, and I don't want to copy anybody, you know, so we'll figure this out. If you like this video, well, give me a thumbs up. If you would, subscribe it. Heck, even share it. Stay frosty, my friends. Well, I had to come see my favorite people. Well, good, I brought you some more for later. Some that Jen made. I know you got a Twister. Yeah, he left this morning. Yeah, no, he left this morning. I helped him load up last night. Yeah. Sounds great, doesn't it?